I met Ashley when I was went to Tampa this summer, and she was there. One of the clowns competing. I even got to meet Richard Daniels. Actually, I was wearing my Superman shirt. It's a black Superman shirt with like it's from the and I was wearing it, and she's like, "Hey, we're Lois Lane, Superman." I mean, we just tap fingers, and she's. I hope she does. She comes back because I think she's a great poser. She's an amazing personality about her. I mean, we just hope that whatever she was going through, she get through. And again, like one reason why I really love, because Andres is so beautiful. I
Yeah.
know you guys, you're gonna hate me, but here's the thing, guys. You know what? As I often say like this: if you get something, never do it for free. And this is my payment. A friend of mine, a while back, she was at the Olympic back in 2023, was in Orlando. Her name is Eunice. And Eunice, and I'm going to shout out Eunice and her company, Bad Rap. Bad Rap is known. It's a new company that's been around for about a couple years now. They make apparel and also do promotion for women in bodybuilding. The moniker is Bad Rap, big and defined, ripped and pumped. We like the rip and pump part. And she was about a couple years ago, it was my birthday. And she sent me something in the mail. It was like maybe just a week after my birthday. And it's this issue of muscle development. And I got a bunch of I got some magazines in my with my comic books, and but this was special because what makes it so special out of anything is that I like to show this off because you know what? I'm damn good at my job. When the champ tells me she appreciates my support and she loves me.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm gonna marry her.
Yeah,
Don't
she's
let her know that.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's women like her and Angela. They keep the division going. They keep the strength. And again, it's evolution as an athlete. I mean, again, I'm seeing women who should probably eventually, as we mentioned, Melissa Tice stepped away. But later interview I never named Lisa Smith. She just turned pro. Um, Mickey Acock stepped away. And some ladies, it's a switch. Like, what do you feel like is the most difficult part of being a competitor in this sport?
Whew, the most difficult part. Oh, if I had to name just one, it's just probably, yeah, looking in the mirror and it's never enough. You know what I mean? You have like a glimpse where you look phenomenal, and then 2 seconds later it's gone, and it's like I'm the biggest piece of shit ever. Like, oh, why I should just quit now? It's body dysmorphia. That's probably the hardest part. You know, or doing everything you can, and maybe your body's just not responding, and it just needs a break. So that's pretty difficult. It's kind of like now, like I'm sick, and I've been sick. I was sick a couple of weeks ago, and had a couple of injuries, and it's just like I feel I'm just trying to do the next right thing, and it's just it's just not working out. That's tough too. It's like I have this vision, I want to go there, but the body's just not responding, not doing what it's supposed to.
It's like an old song I used to remember growing up called show called Hee Haw. So if it was for bad luck, I had no luck at all.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, so
And
true.
that's the tough thing about this, especially getting the sport. There's so much that's involved with it: the training, the dieting, the burdens, and also the expense of it. Because compared to the men, and I say this often, the guys have their expenses. They eat more food, yada yada. Yada, but when it comes to show day, all they gotta do is slap on some tan, put on a pair of banana hammocks and board shorts. But for you
Yep,
ladies, you have to have your makeup done, your hair done, your jewelry, your counting the tan. You have to, and if you're a figure competitor or the other high heel divisions, you have to have your shoes. So I remember one lady told me when she was doing figure, she used to do this. She used to sometimes shoes be on so tight, she'd take her blow dryer and try to melt the straps and get them off her feet because
yep.
yeah, and that's expense for y'all ladies because you have a presentation to bring in that not just femininity but muscularity. Like, are you a sponsored athlete?
No, I'm not. No, not yet. Maybe one day.
Yeah, and the thing is, sponsorship does help with the cost of training, dieting, even travel to shows. Because an amateur, you have to pay to compete, you have to pay to play. You might do so. We might want to say, let me do this division, see how I do. You might be shelling out $700 to $800 just
Yeah.
to do a regional or even a pro qualifier.
Yes.
Um, yeah. We have here shout to our man Ruben. Man, thank you for staying here, man. We appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Everyone in the restaurant sends you greetings. We are watching the interview. Thank you, everybody. Hey, what y'all
Thank
cooking
you.
today? It's because it's gonna be my lunchtime. So if if y'all got something, y'all can send me something hot, nice, I might just pop some chicken or make a sandwich later. I don't know. What kind of restaurant is it? What kind of restaurant?
Mexican restaurant, but they also do like hamburgers. So you can have like a California burrito or a hamburger.
Ooh, I'd be in the mood for that. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
eat Mexican too often. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the thing about bodybuilding. Like, there's a lot involved in it. Like you said again, you best feature your back. What's the thing like? What's your training like? Like, what's training like for you during the day?
So lately we've switched to more volume training. So a little bit higher rep range is medium weight, just because like I've said, I've been injured a few times recently. So I'm not just trying to max out every set. Like I'm trying to drop the ego, check the ego at the door. But we try to do like 3 leg days. We do a back and tricep, a chest and bicep, and a shoulder and arms day. So I'd like to be training 6 days a week. The last 2 months, we've had something come up where, back injury, head cold, something like that. So it hasn't gone quite to plan, but that's how bodybuilding is. Like, you make a plan and you have to adapt. So, but we try to train 6 days a week with 3 leg days and 3 upper body days.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's the plan. That's the problem with me. I don't have a plan, Morgan. I'm just a criminal. It's like dynamite gasoline. I'm just a dog chasing cars. And that's good. Like, which is your favorite out of the workouts? The one you love the most, and the one I got to do this shit today.
I think I like chest day because that's where you really feel strong. You know what I mean? When you can just like push weight again, like away from your body. It's like, if I don't push this heavy weight off of me, it's going to fall on my face. So I better just like get with it. So I like chest day.
So motivate yourself with fear.
Yes.
And which is the
yes.
worst? And which is the worst?
Ooh, the worst. Probably, I don't know. I mean, legs used to be bad, but I mean, probably shoulders, I guess. I mean, I don't really have a worst. I don't really train shoulders that much. They respond very well. So we don't train them that much. Maybe twice a month.
So you got gifted shoulders, and you just
do.
like working the chest. That thing is, as an athlete, you want to work on your strength as much as your weaknesses. Make yourself more complete, because when you're on the stage, you want to get presentation. Like, at the USA's, what was you get the critique from the judges? What they tell you, what you need to do, what you need to work on?
So I did not get any judges' feedback. Yeah, I was just like so over it. I am serious. Like, I just went back into the hotel room after that, and I was like, okay, I'm done. And we pretty much just laid around. I wanted to eat some food and wanted to relax. And so, and I don't know, I was just an idiot. I guess when I went to the athlete check-in, they probably told us, yeah, stick around afterwards for the judges' feedback. I just didn't. I just assumed I could email them like the regional NPC shows. And so then I go on the website and they're like, yeah, you're not going to be able to email the judges to get your feedback. You should have done that at the end of the show. So I'm like, shoot. So it's just been like me and Ruben and Michelle just kind of thinking about what would they have told me. And it's just obviously conditioning. Like, even if I was conditioned well, it still would be conditioning, because these high level athletes are just peeled to the gills. So that, and then just overall size, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. That thing is, some judges, I think, because I don't know, this show, it's a pro qualifier. You would think that they want to, especially a new pro, they want to help them. I mean, I think it's depending on the judges, depending on the shows. I think, but most do get the feedback. Others, every now and then, you can have some say that nah, they don't care. They know what you need to work on, and you know what you need to work on. Your size, conditioning, that's important, because you want to have that good density. You want that great, because one thing is, like, you're working on your back. Your back can make or break how you place at a show. You want to bring in the glutes. You want to bring in the legs. You want to have great pectorals. And it's good if you can find somebody who, like people like Ruben and Michelle, who can help you with that. And also maybe get somebody who sees, who have an eye for it, who can see, what we know what you got to work on. Just go ahead and work on your plan. If something they feel like is working, then you need to change it. You can change it because you got people like that in your corner helping you out.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the thing is, and I also like this for y'all women. It's a lot of work to do what y'all do. And that's why I do this content. That's why reach out for interviews because when I see somebody, I say, "Wow, she has potential," and that's why I support. That's why I'm saying I feel like this is something for me. It's a uh, as an advocate for y'all ladies to give y'all a voice, to share people out there, to educate them because most people look at y'all with muscle say, this chick try to be a man, yada, 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 yada. You got all these muscles. And the guys are like me. But then there's also the flip side of it. The guys like, saying, well, like, yeah, Morgan, yeah, you're nice and plump. If you want to sponsor Morgan, how about we wrestle? No, you're sick. We calm down. This is a nice lady.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of both in my inbox. Just kind of delete them, go right on by,
Mm-hmm. And it's good you talk about also when you were dealing with your addiction, that how things change your life. The same thing with bodybuilding because you're doing something different. Because whatever friends you have, because you don't understand, like I know ladies tell me sometimes they couldn't go out at night with their friends because they want to go to the bar and drink it up. You can't drink, because and you can't go to every little, like you're in Kansas and that's y'all the second best, I would say the second best barbecue state next to North Carolina. That's where I'm from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And shout out to my man, Big Keith Williams. He's from Kansas. Shout out to my man. Also loving Miss Rebecca Woody. Also another lady that interview, Amanda Santos. She's in Kansas. Y'all, also my different TNS Williams. That's not IP Pro. Y'all really pushing up some bodybuilders.
Yeah, there's not that much to do around here. Like we kind of like almost live like in the country. So it's just like, I'm thankful that we have a gym in our little town. But there isn't like a lot of addiction because there's not a whole lot of things to do. So, I'm thankful that we have the gym. So, but yeah, it is isolating, when your friends only want to go out to the bar and party and, I'm trying to take a step back from that and focus on myself. I'm thankful that my friends have been understanding and still supportive. I've told them like, I will be maybe not back to drinking, but I'll be back, to hanging out and to partying or whatever. Just give me some time. I don't think that I'll go back to like drinking and stuff like that, just because I know how far I've come and like how much I've evolved. So that's okay. But yeah, I'm thankful that my friends like still support me, even though we're not doing the same things at the same time.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Now, you say you're not as close with your family. That's the tough part. But you do have your husband Brian. You got Ruben here. You got Michelle, and those people who mean the most to you that support you. Because I think this sport can be a lot on any human being because you are changing your body to ways you have to be consistent, disciplined, not motivated because motivation can change. This is a sport where you have to truly have a passion for it because there's not a lot of financial gain. If you're the lucky handful who maybe get a sponsor that can pay your your travel expenses, your other stuff, like that. But again, ladies told me say they do because they love it. You might do a show, you may not get no more than maybe if you're lucky, if you get first place, maybe $3,000 or $5,000. Or you look over the guys might get like maybe about almost somebody's yearly pay. Just wearing a bikini and a banana hammock. But it's about loving what you do and presenting your body. Like again, it's just like this. We who are sitting in the audience, we see these men and women who come out these amazing bodies, these great physiques. Don't understand the work you have to put in, the time you got to put in, the rest, the recovery that's involved in it, and come on stage and you're like looking like bronze gods and goddesses. We look at that, we see that, and but you understand that what got you here is the work, consistency, even dealing with things like being hungry, tired, dehydrated, because you wanted to be there and you want to, get the opportunity to do something that's just maybe that most America wouldn't do or have the same mindset to do or the courage.
Yeah, I thrive for that discipline. So bodybuilding for me is a perfect combination of chaos and discipline. You know, you're in the weight room and you're just throwing weights around like Ronnie Coleman, just getting crazy with it. And so I love that part of things because, you know, I love a little bit of chaos, but then I also love being disciplined and learning patience, because that's something I struggle with, is just being patient and, you know, seeing something through all the way through, you know, doing the same thing over and over and over again, not seeing anything. And then eventually, you know, you reach that destination. So yeah, I love the chaos and discipline that this sport takes.
She talks about chaos. She knows nothing of chaos.
Oh, a little bit.
Well, I'll teach you a little more if you like, you know, because I want to tell you something, Morgan, you know, because you talk about chaos. And you know what? Something about chaos, Morgan, it is beautiful. And just like chaos, Morgan, you are beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about him. I try to keep him under control, but again, he completes me. So
Your alter ego.
yeah, I got several of them. That's one of them. I got a couple others, but I use him a lot more because he's the one stronger personalities.
Yeah.
So, what would you say would be the plan for next year for yourself?
So next year, I am still just going to be growing. I would love to have the density and the size for women's bodybuilding, because all these freaking shows are ditching women's bodybuilding. And I'm like, well, we need more girls. We need more competitors to show them that we need this. We need more shows, more opportunities to qualify for the Olympia and stuff like that. So that's my goal, is just to buckle down this year and grow and practice my conditioning, since that's obviously something that I need to work on. So after the first of the year, I'll start cutting and just practicing. Well, first off, I got to get some of this weight off that I gained post-show with all my cheesecakes and pizzas and burgers and stuff. Yeah, so we'll do that. And then we'll try to just like lean bulk again for a while, and then, you know, cut and bulk again, and just keep practicing those things, refining those details. And then I hope to compete in 2027. I'd love to do a women's bodybuilding show, but if I don't have the size, then it's going to be women's physique. And like you said, there's 20 shows for women's physique, so there's more opportunities for me in women's physique. But I am hoping that I have the genetics for women's bodybuilding, and I'm going to give it a shot. So that's my goal, and that's my 1 and 2 year plan.
Yeah. I tell you, that's a good plan. You know, again, I don't have a plan. I'm just a dog chasing cars. And, you know, it's smart because you know what? It's a process. You don't want to rush into it. I've seen some ladies got burnt out, some women who just come short of their goals. Take it step by step, you know, bit by bit. Find the right things to help you in your development as a bodybuilder. And shout out to, like, I remember back in the day when women's bodybuilding was kicked out of the Olympia, kicked out of all the classic. Some promoters weren't carrying it. Just saw Steve Weinberger just dropped for the New York Pro. His ex-wife, Bev Francis, was the one who changed the sport when she came in the game in about the early 80s. You ever saw the movie Pumping Iron? There was a debate about muscularity and femininity, and how, you know, she, and even if she was competing today, Beth would consider small compared to even bigger, bless you, compared to big competitors, you know. But it's about the evolution as an athlete. The guys can get as big and freaky as they want. You know, somebody was saying that, I was seeing people say like that Andre was more conditioned than Derek at the Olympia. And
Dude,
I mean, you know,
no
that's
doubt.
crazy.
It is. You know what I mean?
And
I agree.
true story. I saw him. He was at Tampa. My friend Eunice. She ran her band room booth. He was there hanging out for a bit. I didn't realize that guy was that short. I'm 5'7". I think he's like 5'5". Maybe.
Oh, really?
I mean 5'6". Yeah. You know, I think he's a lot of these guys you don't realize. So you see him up close and closer.
Yeah.
Other than maybe Samson, that's a unit. That's a monster.
Yeah.
But most of the guys are not that big. Shout out to my man here, my brother. He hadn't seen in a while. Shout out to my man here. XA Gucci 23 coming through. He says,
Hello.
happy Sunday, George and Morgan. Appreciate it, brother. And also, shout out to him again. He says, gaining weight sucks. I can tell you that because when I was taking my mom before she passed, I was almost 500 pounds.
Really?
And, you know, yeah, because My mom was sick for a long time. I was taking care of her. It can be
Mhm.
stressful when you take care of somebody who's sick, and and food is it's like anything. It's like drugs, alcohol,
Yeah.
sex, money. It can be addictive. And then when she was gone, I said, you know what? I got me to take care of. I was doing some little stuff, but then I kind of fell back a little bit because I have issues. I have a pacemaker. I have for almost 11 years, and
Wow.
I have issues with my knees, arthritis. But I try to do little stuff like try to walk and do little stuff. I try to be smart with my eating too, but I'm not perfect because sometimes food is just like it's just like
I
it
know.
just it can be addictive. Find the right foods and things to work on. We got here. Shout out to my man Ruben says, he says, I'm sure that in that category too, we will he will with this discipline and his symmetry is perfect for that category. I think he must be talking about Derek here. Shout out to him.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
me. He
you know,
so
m-
he uh he speaks Spanish, so his translator should have said she. So he was saying, yeah,
she
yes.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, brother. My bag. You speak Spanish. Me no hablo español, but mucho poquito. So so yeah, but yeah, it's about discipline. It's about hard work and dedication. And now you're Ivy Pro. And the thing about the Ivy Pro, it's like it makes you feel like you've done something. It's like a lot of peddlers get the opportunity because one thing is like being like licensed. It's like being licensed and bonded for fitness. And you talk about doing nutrition thing. Are you a certified nutrition or just something you like doing on the side?
I am not certified. It's just something I enjoy. Yeah, it's kind of just like an experiment, which I know is, I mean, I'm learning my body and the things that I respond well to and stuff like that. So I'd like to take some classes and learn a little bit more about that. But no, I'm not certified.
Well, like I say, take your time. If you want to do that, that's good. That's something. Especially you can work with athletes and people who might need to work on their diets. Like I say to them, that's something I need to work on. I'm a big man. And I think that's great. That might be something you have a career for. The bodybuilding is something you do on the side. You never know what life has to offer you. It's about taking the time and to finding which works for you or which path you have. You still have your career driving trucks, and you have people like Ruben who's here, Michelle, your husband here. Ruben says, it says, yeah, sorry. No, brother, no problem, brother, no problem. It's all good. Technology